Umekata?
Oh, no, I think there is a base. It's actually shorter.
Umekata?
Oh, no, I think there is a base.
The base are gonna.
There's something missing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are you set? Okay, mama anasema. Okay. Thank you. First of all, the first important matter is to state that Azimio is united. Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party response to the proposed Kenya Kwanza-led broad-based government of national unity. As Azimio constituent parties, we held our respective National Executive Council sessions to discuss the proposed Kenya Kwanza-led broad-based government of national unity. The Wiper Democratic Movement, Jubilee Party, DAP Kenya, Party of National Unity, PNU, NAC Kenya, and we want to add even ODM had their parliamentary group meeting at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation. So now, number one, we shall not participate in or support the proposed Kenya Kwanza-led broad-based government of national unity, because this is a betrayal of the Kenyan people, particularly Gen Z and millennials, who are paid the ultimate price to rid this country of the disastrous Kenya Kwanza regime, their harsh taxes, finance bills 2023-2024, corruption, tribalism, unemployment, and the continued high cost of living. We shall not join for the straightforward reason that such actions are betrayal of the ideology, values, and tenets of both our coalition party and our constituent parties. As long as the Kenya Kwanza regime remain in place, absolutely nothing will change. A cabinet reorganization and changing of office holders will only be cosmetic. Unless, and I want to add this, unless that new cabinet will take place after what, I mean, this is something we need to really reflect on, after what our leader, Honorable Raila Odinga, has called a convention, not a dialogue. Following that convention, then there can be engagement with regard to interim arrangements of a government of national unity. And as transitional government of national unity, following resolutions of a convention. Number three, should any of our members opt to join the proposed Kenya Kwanza-led broad-based government of national unity, we shall not be party to that decision. They will actually only be joining in their individual capacities, not on behalf of Azimio. Finally, we reiterate our public position that when it comes to siding with Gen Z and the Kenyan people versus the Kenya Kwanza regime, our decision is as obvious as day and night. We will always side and stand with the people of Kenya. God bless Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party. God bless our country, Kenya. Thank you. We don't even want to take any questions with your permission.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will take up the issues that relate to us working even more closely with you for the young people who will be taking up opportunities outside our borders. We will work closely together because the opportunities keep coming up. Whereas Africa is experiencing a very high youth population, 70% of our young people, of our population, 1.4 billion, is primarily a young population. Other parts of the world are experiencing a crisis of an aging majority, aging population. So the opportunities are very clear if we position ourselves well in terms of the people we produce in our country. Competent, and the truth be told, the bulk of the diaspora that we have who work outside. One thing that has been also making Kenya stand out is that our young people out there have been primarily a very disciplined team in these various countries. Comparatively, without me mentioning specific countries, when you get the feedback that who would you prefer, they tend to tell you that we'd prefer the Kenyan people to take up assignments in their spaces or in their countries. So, as we resolve the challenges we are facing today, I want to also send a message of appeal to our young people as they speak to us on other aspects of the economy and governance in the country. I also appeal to them that also do not undermine the credentials of a disciplined youth that emerges from Kenya. Let us not also undermine our own credentials. We have achieved something through our young people as being disciplined, focused. Let us also make sure that that specific strength or attribute is not undermined by our actions that do not reflect discipline as we go forward. It could have an impact on the great opportunities that we are providing both outside and even internally. We must not scare potential industrialists on the ability of our young people and the character of our young people. It is important that that remains a pivotal aspect of where we want to go. I can give examples. Right now, Germany, through their parliament, have said they have a gap of about 250,000 unskilled people. Skilled people. They want to recruit globally. Let Kenya provide maybe the bulk of that. And bilateral agreements are being negotiated. Labor agreements are being negotiated to that. We have other agreements within the European Union and others we are about to conclude another one with the United Arab Emirates, SEPA. And we are in motion with other Gulf states as well, anchoring a proper legal framework that will support our young people as they go into some of these places. There's a program that is also running as we speak, where the UK, for instance, has been coming in, and so far they have taken close to 2,000 young people in the agricultural sector in the United Kingdom. And they are now saying that this is the place. Only a few weeks ago, they were here again going through a recruitment process because there's good talent here. So you are laying the base and the foundation for a very strong engagement. But as we look outside, we must also not lose sight of the fact that at the end of the day, most of the jobs will be home-based. The bulk of the jobs will still be here in Kenya. And therefore, we must collectively work together so that industry can expand, agriculture can expand, the technological ICT space can expand, and other areas, so that the absorption, the greater absorption, remains here. Because we also need those young men and women to work here, anchored by those who get opportunities outside. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my opportunity to say that by the powers vested in me by the TVET Act, number 29 of 2013, and Executive Order number 1 of 2022, I officially release the March-April 2024 assessment results and declare the TVET SADC strategic plan officially launched. God bless you and thank you so much.
A certificate from the chief guest. Josephine Ache Awino, come and receive your certificate from the chief guest. Victor Kibet, please come and receive your certificate. And Nancy Kerubo.
Congratulations to the council. Please continue doing the company. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
As we reform, as we put the corrective measures in place going forward, our key anchor must be peace and stability so that that environment can be conducive for everybody to go about their activities. It is easy to take it for granted, but I can tell you there's no peace in Sudan today. They are scattered. 23 million people, or 25, are facing a serious humanitarian crisis and total hunger. 10 million have been displaced. In some of our neighboring countries, there are serious challenges. So let's not, as a community, as a society, take our peace and stability for granted. Let us take corrective measures, but let us not undermine the peace and stability. The countries that have suffered have taken up to 40 years to start showing signs of recovery. Somalia went into chaos. It is now they're beginning to show a little bit of recovery. 40 years. So, if you're a young person today and your country does not recover in 40 years, if you are 18, or if you are 20, and your country is thrown into turmoil for the next 40 years, tell me where you will be. So it is important that we look at it more broadly and we encourage our young people as we express ourselves that there must be a very clear indication that peace and stability are critical. The Sahel region is in devastation. Some people don't go to school whatsoever. So who are we breeding in those countries when nobody goes to school? What kind of nationals is the continent creating in different parts? So I really want to appeal in this particular sitting that we do what is right. Those in leadership and in authority do what is right. Those who are in school and whatever do what is right, so that we handle with dignity and integrity the responsibilities we have at every stage in our human life calendar, so that we can be able to move forward in a more positive manner going forward. Before I came to the podium here, the last call I received was from the President of the Republic of Kenya. And when I told him why I was here, he was extremely excited, even in these challenging moments. Because he's a very, very passionate advocate of what you good men and women are doing for this country. So I want to assure you of his total support, maybe reassure you, not assure you, reassure you of his total support for what you're doing, because this is what you might call the fast lane to addressing the challenges of unemployment that is a big dilemma for the young people of this country. It is the fast lane, and therefore we heavily rely on you.